this is Sandra Hart with Life Over 60. Today I want to talk about friendships and how important they are. Not only when you're younger, but when you're over 60, friendships, I think, become even more extremely important to you because you value someone who has been there for a while in your life. You value new friendships because it expands your horizon. Now, I'm a kind of a person that I am basically a loner, I guess you would say. I'm a writer. I'm in my head a lot, so I'm always thinking, and I can be happy just reading a book, listening to good music, walking along the beach. There are those people who need to be surrounded by a lot of folks and a lot of friends, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. But I'm the type of person that's very selective, and I have wonderful friends that I've had for a long time, and they're very special to me, and I'm very loyal to them. But in your lifetime, have you ever met someone and just had a casual conversation at the beginning and realized that you both have a connection somewhere? Either you both came from the same town, you went to the same school, perhaps you know a family member. That has happened to me just recently. We had a couple who moved from the north down here to Florida, and they're just not too far away, just steps away in another townhouse. And after talking with the husband and wife for a while, we realized that they were the niece and nephew of a good friend of ours from New York City that lived in the same building we lived in New York, and we're still friends with her. So isn't that strange that this couple would be part of our bag of marbles and part of our 6 degrees of separation? Of all the places that they could have chosen to live in Miami, they chose to live in this area and next to somebody who was a very good friend of their aunt who lives all the way up in New York City. So many times that has happened to me. How about you? Haven't you had connections like that? Several years ago, a magazine who was doing an article on the Barbizon Hotel for Women in New York read a blog of mine that I had written about my life as a young woman when I first came to New York and lived at the Barbizon Hotel. Well, when that article came out and my quote was in there in my conversation with the magazine, a girl that I had gone to school with years ago and had connected with me on Facebook through a town site that someone put my name in because I came from that town. But she saw my name and realized who I was and connected me in her 6 degrees of separation. She connected with me, and now she is one of my dearest friends. Even though when we went to school, I was older than she was, so I really didn't know her, but she knew me. We lived in the same neighborhood. We went to the same school, and it turns out that she lived in the Barbizon Hotel like I did, and she moved to New York like I did. So we are still friends today. So those are just 2 examples in my life of meeting people or having connections with people that I never realized until later on in life. There have been many articles written about how important friends are for mental health, for wellness, any type of social activity that you do beyond your home is extremely important. Whether it's volunteering for a job outside of your home, like volunteering at a film festival or just volunteering at your local museum, as we discussed before about jobs for people who are over 60. It is really important to keep that outside connection, even though you may be kind of a loner like I am. It's extremely important for leading a healthy life to be able to connect with others outside of your own little cozy environment. Those are just my thoughts for today, and thank you for joining me. And if you like this video, you can give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe and keep along with me on my YouTube adventure, I would absolutely love that. I do appreciate everyone who watches, and I consider you all my 6 degrees of separation, and I consider you all to be in my own bag of marbles.